So here's a fact you need to know. Most women don't even know what they want until it's standing right in front of them. And that's exactly what this video is about. Today, we're breaking down how to attract any woman, even the one who swears she's not interested. Because let's be honest, her lack of interest isn't always real. Sometimes it's just a test, a way to see how you carry yourself. Welcome back to the channel that helps men move with power, clarity, and purpose, especially in their interactions with women. If you've ever felt like you weren't her type, or that she didn't give you a fair chance from the start, this is your blueprint to flipping the dynamic completely. See, we've been fed a lie for years. That attraction is instant, and if a woman doesn't like you right away, you're out of luck. But here's the controversial truth. Women are far more influenced by how you carry yourself than how you look, what you own, or even what you say. Confidence, unpredictability, emotional control. These aren't just admirable qualities. They're triggers, psychological cues that make her start second-guessing the assumptions she made about you. And while the average man sees rejection as the end of the story, a man of substance understands it's just the beginning. He knows how to approach without desperation, how to read the moment, and how to shift a woman's perception without chasing or begging for attention. If she's cold toward you, let her be. If she says she's not interested, even better, because now you have the opportunity to show up in a way she's not used to. The beauty of this approach is that it doesn't require pickup lines, gimmicks, or pretending to be someone you're not. Before you assume she's out of your league or that her disinterest is set in stone, understand this. You probably just haven't approached her the right way yet. And by the time you finish this video, you'll know exactly how to change that. Let's break it down. Rule number 1. Ignore her beauty. Study her behavior. The first mistake most men make is handing a woman power just because she looks good. Let's be clear. Beauty on its own means nothing. Every guy is chasing her because of how she looks, but very few are paying attention to how she acts, and that's where you stand out. When you stop being impressed by her appearance and instead focus on how she treats others, how she responds in conversation, how she carries herself, you take control of the interaction. You stop reacting to her looks and start reading her energy. Is she respectful? Does she actually listen when you speak? Is she kind to people who can't offer her anything? These are the things that matter. And most men miss them entirely because they're too distracted by a pretty face. Women are used to receiving instant validation, so when you're the one man who doesn't immediately give her that, it throws her off. She starts wondering, why aren't you acting like all the others? That confusion, that curiosity, that's real-time attraction being built. You didn't follow the script, and now she's intrigued. Here's the truth. If you judge a woman purely by how she looks, you're setting yourself up for disappointment. You may get a pretty face, but also a personality you can't tolerate. But if you pay attention to how she behaves, you'll know whether she's worth your time, energy, and focus. This is how men of value rise above the noise. Let me give you a real example. You walk into a lounge. You see a stunning woman sitting at the bar. Most guys would rush over and start complimenting her looks. But you sit nearby and observe. You watch how she treats the server. She's rude, dismissive, doesn't say thank you, constantly talks about herself. Now ask yourself, does that kind of woman really deserve your attention? Most men would overlook all those red flags just for a shot at impressing her. But you walk away. That's real strength. That's real power. When you stop putting beauty on a pedestal, you start making smarter decisions. And here's the irony. The moment you stop reacting to her looks is usually the moment she starts reacting to you. Because you're no longer trying to win her approval. You're evaluating whether she deserves yours. Let the other guys chase her for her appearance. You focus on what really matters, her character. Number 2, act like you're the prize, not her. If you want to change how women respond to you instantly, flip the mindset. Most men walk into interactions acting like they're lucky just to be there. They approach women as if she's doing them a favor by talking to them, as if she's the prize they're trying to win over. But let me be clear, she's not the prize. You are. This one mindset shift changes everything, but very few men actually embrace it. Why? Because we've been conditioned from childhood, by movies, media, even music, to believe that women hold all the value and that we, as men, have to earn their attention, their time, their affection. That conditioning teaches us to chase, to prove ourselves, to perform. But when you show up with that energy, women sense it instantly. And even the most well-meaning ones don't respect it, because deep down, they're not looking for a man who begs for validation. They're looking for a man who knows he doesn't need it. When you start believing you're the prize, everything about your presence changes. You stop second-guessing what you say. You stop trying so hard to be impressive. You don't need validation because you've already validated yourself. You walk in grounded, calm, and aware of what you bring to the table. And guess what? That kind of energy is magnetic. Women are naturally drawn to men who value themselves, not because of arrogance, but because of standards. When you carry yourself like a man with options, a man who respects his time, who isn't blown away just because she looks good, you immediately rise above the average. You're not there to chase. You're there to see if she aligns with your standards. You're evaluating her as much as she's evaluating you. Most guys walk into a conversation thinking, I hope she likes me. But the high-value man, he thinks, let's see if I even like her. That internal shift changes the entire dynamic. It puts you in the position of calm authority. Not because you're trying to dominate, but because you're secure in your worth. And here's the thing, confidence isn't about putting on a show. You don't need to act extra alpha. You don't need to talk louder or take up more space. That's not real confidence, that's compensation. True confidence is subtle, it's grounded. It's the quiet certainty that you bring value and you don't have to prove it. Women are approached all the time by men who act like they're lucky just to be there. So when you enter the room with the mindset that you're the one with value, that you're the catch, she may not say it out loud, but she feels it. And when she feels it, everything changes. Suddenly, she's trying to prove herself to you. This isn't about ego, it's about balance. It's about not putting someone on a pedestal just because of how they look. When you treat yourself like the prize, you change the energy of every interaction. And women respond to that. Number 3, approach without needing her to like you. This one's powerful. One of the biggest shifts you can make as a man is learning how to approach women with zero need for approval, no hidden agenda, no pressure, no expectation. Most men approach because they want something. Her number, her interest, her attention. And women can feel that. Even when it's unspoken, they pick up on it. That energy of, I hope she likes me, immediately puts her in the position of power. and you in the position of performance. That's when you start overthinking, trying too hard, or changing how you act based on how you think she'll respond. And it all comes from one thing: attachment to the outcome. But the most attractive men are the ones who can walk up, start a conversation, and genuinely not need anything from it. Not because they're indifferent, but because they're already full. Their confidence doesn't come from how she reacts. It comes from within. They're not trying to get something. They're just expressing who they are and seeing what's real. That's the key. When you don't need her to like you, your energy becomes relaxed, authentic, and in control. You're not performing. You're being. And that kind of presence is rare, which is exactly why it's powerful. Think about it like this. If she's not into you, nothing is lost. You haven't failed. You haven't been rejected. You've simply discovered that she's not the one for you. But if you go in needing her to like you, needing her attention, and you don't get it, you walk away feeling smaller. You internalize that rejection and carry it with you. That's a trap, and it's one you don't need to fall into anymore. Instead, approach as a man who has options, who knows his value, and who isn't defined by how any one person responds. That kind of mindset is rare, and because it's rare, it stands out. When you approach without needing anything, you're not there to impress. You're simply offering her the opportunity to experience who you really are. And whether she sees the value or not is her choice. Either way, you walk away with your confidence intact. And that is what makes you powerful. Number 4, flirt boldly, then pull back. Flirting isn't about flooding her with compliments or trying too hard to charm her. It's about creating just enough tension and intrigue to keep her guessing. Real flirting happens when you confidently express interest, but then withdraw before she gets too comfortable. That contrast is what sparks attraction. The key isn't how much attention you give, it's how much you don't. When you flirt, do it with boldness. Let her know you find her attractive. Use eye contact. Tease her playfully. Drop subtle hints that you're interested. But don't lay it all out there. Don't chase. Don't smother. Too many guys think that complimenting her every move or giving her constant attention is the way to win her over. But that actually has the opposite effect. Over-validation puts her in control. It signals that she's already won you. And once a woman knows that too soon, the mystery disappears. Instead, flirt with intention. Then, at just the right moment, pull back, shift your focus, let the moment breathe. When she starts feeling like she's got your full attention, create space. That's where the power is. This introduces uncertainty. She starts wondering, wait, what just happened? Did I lose his attention? That curiosity keeps her invested. It's not manipulation, it's natural tension. And tension is the foundation of chemistry. Pulling back doesn't mean going cold or being rude. It means showing her that your world doesn't revolve around her. You're interested, but you're not desperate. When done right, this flirt-pullback dynamic creates a kind of emotional rhythm. She gets moments of connection, then moments where she has to reach toward you. That keeps things exciting. It builds intrigue and makes her want to earn your continued attention. But be careful. It's not about playing games. You're not pretending to be hot and cold just to toy with her. You're showing that while you enjoy her company, your attention is earned, not handed out freely. It creates healthy polarity. The message is clear. You're confident, interested, but not needy. And that's what keeps her coming back for more. Number 5, challenge her instead of complimenting her. One of the biggest mistakes men make when trying to get a woman's attention is relying on compliments. It's easy, it feels safe, and you assume it'll make her like you more. But too many compliments too soon send the wrong message. It makes you look like you're seeking approval. And nothing kills attraction faster than neediness. When you constantly compliment her, especially about her looks, you place yourself below her. It can feel like you're trying to buy her interest with praise, and women pick up on that energy immediately. Instead of complimenting her every move, challenge her. Not in a combative or disrespectful way, but in a way that keeps her intellectually and emotionally engaged. Women are drawn to men who keep them on their toes. Men who are confident enough to disagree, to question, to push back in a playful and grounded way. When you challenge her, you show her that you have your own mind. You're not afraid to speak your truth or stand your ground. You're not just another guy trying to say the right thing to win her over. You become the guy who makes her think, the one who sparks deeper conversation, the one she remembers. Challenging her means having standards. It means showing that not everything she says or does impresses you. And that's incredibly attractive. It signals independence, confidence, and strength. She sees that you're not just looking for her approval. You're evaluating her just as much as she's evaluating you. That energy, that balance, that's what builds real attraction. For example, let's say she tells you about a show she's obsessed with. Instead of automatically agreeing, push back with curiosity. Really? I couldn't get into that one. What makes it your favorite? That's a soft challenge. You're not shutting her down. You're encouraging her to open up and defend her perspective. And that creates dynamic interaction. It makes her feel something. This approach keeps the interaction fresh. It builds tension. And most importantly, it makes you stand out. Because every other guy is giving compliments. But you're making her earn your attention. You're showing depth, strength, and individuality. And that's the difference between being liked and being wanted. Number 6, make her earn your interest. One of the most powerful things you can do when interacting with women is not giving away your interest too easily. Too many guys make the mistake of showing all their cards from the start, giving compliments, showering her with attention, and validating her right off the bat. But here's the issue. When you make it so easy for her to see you're interested, you strip away the mystery. You become predictable, and that's not attractive. Instead, make her work for it. Don't just hand over your attention freely. Let her feel like she's earned it. Now, I'm not saying you need to be cold or play hard to get in a manipulative way. It's about not giving everything away at once. Hold your ground. Stay a little reserved. Let her come to you. Think about it like this. Women are attracted to men who have their own lives, goals, and paths. When you're not completely fixated on her, you send a signal that you have value beyond her approval, and that makes you even more appealing. By making her earn your interest, you force her to put in the effort. She starts wondering, what does he like? Why isn't he all over me? That curiosity drives attraction. She won't feel entitled to your time or attention because she has to work for it. This dynamic shifts the power. When she knows she has to earn your attention, she will value it more. You're not just handing her validation, she has to show she's worthy of your time. It's about maintaining your standards. You're a man who values his time and energy, and only those who respect your boundaries should get a chance to be a part of your life. Men who don't make women earn their interest risk being seen as too available, and that's a trap you don't want to fall into. By keeping her on her toes, you remind her that you're a man with choices and that your time is precious. If you make her work for your affection, your time, and your energy, she'll respect you more. And most importantly, she'll stay more interested because you didn't just give it all away on a silver platter. Number 7, leave before she gets comfortable. Let's be honest. A lot of men make the mistake of giving a woman all their attention until they're completely drained. They stick around too long, becoming predictable, and then wonder why the attraction fades. But here's the hard truth. You need to leave before she gets comfortable. Now, I know this might sound counterintuitive. It's easy to think that the more time you spend with her, the more she'll like you. But that's exactly where most guys mess up. They believe that by always being around, never stepping away, or always making themselves available, the woman will feel secure and more interested. The truth is, women don't fall for men who cling. When you overstay your welcome, you start to lose your edge. You lose the mystery. You become just another guy in her life, and the attraction that may have been there at the start slowly starts to fade. Over-availability is a killer. Being too available makes you forgettable. Instead, you want to leave while the interaction is still exciting and fresh. That doesn't mean walking away after just a couple of minutes, leaving her confused or disrespected. No, what I'm saying is gauge the moment. Leave before she starts to take you for granted, before she gets too comfortable. This approach builds anticipation. You give her time to miss you, to think about when she'll see you again. That curiosity keeps you in her mind in a way that constant attention simply can't. Remember, absence makes the heart grow fonder. You're not doing this to play games. You're respecting your own time and energy. The truth is, if you're always there, she'll never learn to appreciate you. If you're constantly available, she'll never have to put in any effort. By leaving before she gets comfortable, you shift the dynamic. It shows you have other things going on. You're not just sitting around waiting for her to validate your existence. You're a man of value. So, respect your own time. Step back. Let her chase you a little bit. This is how you keep the fire alive, by not giving it all away. When you leave before she gets comfortable, that's when the attraction truly grows. Wrap up and outro. All right, let's wrap this up. If you've been chasing after her approval, constantly texting, complimenting, or trying to be the perfect guy, you've been doing it all wrong. The truth is, trying to win a woman's approval too hard is one of the fastest ways to lose her interest. Women are attracted to men who have their own lives, who are confident, and who make them earn their attention. And here's something even more controversial. If you approach a woman and she turns you down, it's not the end of the world. Seriously, you haven't lost anything. It's not a reflection of your worth. In fact, it might even be a blessing in disguise because it saves you time and energy. The right woman will be drawn to your confidence, your independence, and the fact that you're not trying to force anything. So, stop chasing her approval. Shift the dynamic. Focus on yourself. Don't make her the center of your world. Remember, you're the prize. Women will respect and value you more when they know they have to earn your attention. Drop a comment below and share your experiences. If you've tried these tactics, I'd love to hear how it's gone for you. I'll personally reach out, connect, and help you out in any way I can. Make sure to like and subscribe for more tips on confidence and attraction, and I'll see you in the next video.